Buffs Nation, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday evening. Buffs 2-0. We're feeling good going into the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Let me know. Let me know if you're coming into the game. I'm hopefully going to be there. I mean, we'll just have to see. Hopefully, some things will work out in my favor to be at the game. But if not, I'll be here with y'all. So, anyways, tonight's a really important interview for me. Really excited to have my good friend from when I lived in Abilene, Texas, Martez Hawkins, on the show. You have probably seen, if you've been watching this for a little while, you see me wear this hat all the time. You see me wear Yo Martez clothes all the time. And if you haven't noticed, he is him and his business, they're the channel sponsor of this show. So you see it when I put up videos, you see the logo pop up. And really excited to have Martez on the show today to just share a little bit more about his game experience at TCU, because he went to that game, seeing Coach Prime and the Buffs pull off that big upset. And then, also talk about his business, because what he is doing is really inspirational. It's and it's just good stuff. So, anyways, without further ado, be sure to hit that like. Let me know in the comments who's watching, and of course, if you're wanting to visit Yo Martez, the website, links in the description. Sco Buffs, I'll get you 10% off. As always, but let's make a warm welcome to Martez Hawkins. Tez, how's it going?
Good, David. What's good, brother?
Man, it's so good to have you on. It's been a long time coming, and I forgot to mention this during the intro that I just did for you, is that we met because you were my barber, years and years ago. And look where we're at now. This is great. So, man, why don't you just give a quick introduction about yourself? Who you are, what inspires you, what do you have going on here at Yo Martez?
Okay. First of all, my name is Martez. That's my first name, my birth given name. I initially started out the business by, like David said, being a barber. This really gave me my platform.
Mm-hmm.
I made a logo for my barbershop, or for my barbering haircut pictures. Basically, I had a pretty good fan base just off of being a pretty cool guy in the community, and more people wanted more stuff and told me to do bigger things. So that's kind of how it started. It was really from inspiration from my supporters giving me the nudge to do it. I was a little skeptical of it being possible, but here we are 5 years strong. We've been killing it. I live in Texas, Abilene, Texas, kind of close to Dallas, a couple hours away. Originally, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I used to be in the Air Force, so I'm a veteran. That is what brought me to Abilene. Initially, I was in the military, retired out of here. I say retired, but I was getting in a lot of trouble, man. I was a knucklehead for sure. So Abilene gave me a breath of fresh air, a new chance, a new opportunity, and I took it full force, and we've been rocking ever since, man.
Oh man, yeah, and I've loved watching it. I've loved seeing your growth, your success. From cutting hair. Now you have your own store.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling shoes. You're selling merch, and guys, Tez came up with this whole thing. We got some more. Coming along the way, but I was thrilled to get this in the mail a couple weeks ago. And I love that Ryan Nicole saying he's got the same last name as me. Well, then this is destiny. This is destiny that you're watching. But let's talk a little bit about your clothes. You make. I love your stuff, man. No one else makes stuff like you. And I would love to hear a little bit about that. And later on, we'll talk a little bit about your game experience, wearing the shirt to the TCU game, all that. But yeah, let's hear a little bit about your clothes.
Okay. So clothing wise, we do a lot of things, man. First off, I'm in my back room right now. You can kind of maybe see some shoes in the background.
Yeah.
This is kind of my inventory space. So I have a slew of crates right here full of shirts, shorts, sweaters, hoodies, swim trunks, swimsuits, you name it. You know, I try to not limit myself by staying constrained in just one category. So that was something I knew off the rip, that I need to make sure that I'm being diligent and catering to a broader audience, you know? So anything from socks up to, you know, you're rocking a hat right now. So we just try to appeal to as many audiences as possible. A lot of my inspiration came from, honestly, a brand called Johnny Cupcakes out of Boston, Massachusetts. Really one of my big inspos, idol. This guy, I watched him just kill it so much when I was in the military, and I was very starstruck by watching him turn something into nothing, and to see his development was amazing. And I could only wish to be something that big one day. And now kind of my dreams are a little bit coming true with the help of you, David, putting us on a pedestal as well. We have a huge community in Abilene alone who support us, as well as in Texas, all over. Again, having a military background, roots keeps me in a lot of different spaces. I have a big network. So that's been a insurmountable growth for us, just from people going all corners of the earth, you know, whether it's overseas to Germany, Ramstein, Germany, or going to Japan. All these are different Air Force bases I'm naming across the globe. So that definitely helps us stay relevant.
Man, yeah, and I remember, man, when one of your first pieces came out. I hope you do a restock on this, man, at some point, because I didn't get my hands on it. But what I'll give the audience a little context. Sometimes what Martez does is he'll like blend his brand. correct me if you can describe this a better way, but you blend your brand with like other big brands and make like unique clothing. So one of my favorite pieces that you had was your t-shirt where you brought the Yo Martez brand in with the Newport cigarettes.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love the Newport cigarettes box, and it was so cool. But yeah, how would you kind of describe your style and some of your favorite pieces that you've made?
Okay, so I took that blueprint really from Johnny Cupcakes, with the parody playing off of a known logo or brand and kind of putting your own kind of spin on it. So we did that, like you said, with the Newport logo, or the cigarette logo. I think that collection was called Up in Smoke. So I did like two things with cigarettes, one thing with like a barbecue place, and then for a kid shirt I did something with like Fortnite, and it was like Who Wants to Smoke or something like that. So that was kind of my blueprint going into this initially. Now you gotta kind of stay with the trends, you know what I mean? Stay with the trends more. So that is definitely my cornerstone, but sometimes I get away from it, you know. As you can see, I'm wearing this Yo Martez shirt right here. It was kind of simplistic, just a smaller logo on the front, and then on the back, I don't know if you can be able to see this. Can you see that at all, David, or no?
Go to your left a little bit.
This way?
There you go.
So this was a Devil's Lettuce tee for 420 actually. But you know, we gotta do anything to stay relevant. So whether rocking with Coach Prime, obviously, well, not obviously, I was a big Deion Sanders fan. I'm an older guy, so definitely grew up watching him, watching all the dances, every team. So that was huge to see the transition from Jackson State to Colorado, and I was in the corner from day one. You know, I'm like rooting for him. And then you come along to try to root for me in the same way. So I'm like, hey, we could do this, you know? So that TCU game was it was crazy, man. A lot of mad people in those stands, you know, but I was talking mad shits. I mean, mad junk. So
you can swear on here. You're okay. Yeah. I swear all the time. Well, man, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about the game. Man, how was it? I didn't even know you were going to the game till you texted me the day of, with being in Fort Worth, man. What was the plan? What was the vibe? You know, who did you meet? All that.
Okay, so honestly, man, that's kind of how I live my life. Very spontaneous. I just be doing things on a whim, and that's really how it happened. I cut one of my boys. His name's Desmond. He's been supporting me for as long as I can remember out here in Abilene. So much love, really much love from Des. Shout out to Desmond. I was cutting his hair, and we were talking about the game and how cool it would be to go. And he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. You know, we're looking at tickets there. It was kind of ridiculous, but I was like, I already had a full schedule of haircuts on that Saturday, so I thought it was just a joke, And then later that night, he hit me up like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket if you want to go." So he bought the tickets, and I was like, "This is a once in a lifetime opportunity," So I told my wife, I'm like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go to this game. Would you be cool with that?" She looked at me like, "Yeah, you should probably do that. That'll be good." Especially since we already had the merchandise, the T-shirt with the Ralphie
Mhm.
retro.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it was almost a no-brainer, man. So especially because Desmond is a very mature, respectable gentleman. So like I knew it wouldn't be no BS if I rode with him.
Yeah.
It's only a few people I would like to ride in the car with them. Like if I'm not driving and in control, I'm a little skeptical. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
Desmond's a good guy. We went with his wife, and it was dope, man. It was a lot of fun. We got all three of us were wearing the shirts, by the way, because there's the two variations. We got the
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see the other one.
we got the ash gray and so this is the heather color. I just grabbed some
Yeah.
random sizes, so this probably looks huge, but what size is this? This is a 3X, so that's why it looks so big. And then we got this one. So we had both variations on out of the three of us, and everyone's literally, because there was a lot of people there from Colorado for sure, and they're like, "Where'd you get the shirt? Like I need that shirt." So I was already on my mission, I'm passing out cards and stickers like, "Hey, we out here, So considering TCU was so packed, the internet connection was not that great, so I had to put a lot in my notes and then plug in with them later. But
Yeah.
I got at least 5 different people on social media, 3 of which have already ordered shirts. So like that was super cool, man. Shout out to Zach. I'm sure he's not watching this, but this gentleman named Zachary and his family, they bought some shirts for me. And then I met a guy from actually a TCU player, alumni. He coaches out there now, and he was asking me about the shirt, and we plugged in. And he's like, "Yeah, this is nice, man." And he's been hitting me up on Twitter. He's already telling me I need to do it for all the other schools, and I'm like, "Hey, I gotta walk, man. I gotta crawl before I walk."
Man, I love that, man. That's exciting, and that's super great to hear, man. That they were just a hit. I knew they would be a hit, man. Once you told me that you were at that game, like people would be coming up to you, and all that, man. That's exciting stuff. What Man, maybe we should talk about this now. How the crazy circumstances that brought us together to start working on some of this stuff. We got some jerseys and hats coming too, but why don't you tell the story? You're a better storyteller than I am.
Okay. No, I don't know, man. I'll be watching you go in and listen to for sure. Like you said earlier in the podcast or live or YouTube, I'm not sure how to say it accurately, but barbering was how we first connected initially before you even moved to Colorado. I still remember when you were telling me you're leaving, and I'm like, "Dang, I'm about to lose a customer." Like, I'm happy. Like, you regular to me, you know what I mean? When you're working, so that was bittersweet. I was happy for you, but wasn't happy for myself, my pockets. But it all came back full circle, So, I think your mom came down here to my store and bought
Mhm,
that windbreaker, maybe like
mhm.
2 years ago, maybe or a year ago. I'm not sure the date. Don't quote me. But she
It was
wanted
like
to get
about a year ago. Yeah.
oh, this December will be making a full year, right?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So she came and bought the windbreaker for you. Where's my windbreaker? I gotta get more of these too, but
Yeah. Y'all got to order these windbreakers.
most
They're
popular
awesome.
items. I'm not good at this camera work like you, man. I'm trying to make it work.
Hey, man, I'm just chilling in my bedroom. You're doing great.
So we got this windbreaker that my boy David been rocking on I guess on his own, right? And then you wore it a couple times, maybe for your thumbnails on some of your videos,
Yeah.
and you started noticing your interaction started to increase. So you hit me up on that accord, basically. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Like we got a lot out here in Abilene. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm only one man, so I'll be overwhelmed times, and I get a lot of stuff coming my way. So I have to pick and choose what I say yes and what I say no to. So at the time, it sounded cool, but I wasn't really too interested. I was just like, okay, whatever, So you told me, hey, people are checking out these thumbnails a little bit. I'm getting more interaction. So I was like, okay, whatever. And and I'm not gonna lie. So I was
It's
like, okay,
okay. My feelings are not hurt.
yeah. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, bro. And then literally the next day, my cousin Derek Valley in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm in Texas now. I'm from St. Louis. Me and my cousin were big football gurus growing up, so that's something that keeps me and him connected. This man hits me up on a random note, just hit me up like, hey man, he had a screenshot of one of your thumbnails on YouTube, literally, because he follows Deion Sanders, so he's watching this anyways, and he's like, isn't this your windbreaker? And I was like, what the heck, bro? Like, this man David literally was just not even 24 hours went by. He's talking to me about this, and then my family member in St. Louis, who honestly might not have been even that much a believer in Yo Martez until this made him a believer. I promise you, our relationship has changed since this happened, bro. So he's like, I just saw this random. I'm like, bro, how did you see that? He's like, I was just scrolling, like I'm watching Deion Sanders videos on YouTube, and it just popped up. And I told Destiny, my wife, I'm like, hey, isn't that Tez's thing? And she didn't think it was at first until he paused it, because it's reversed on YouTube or something, I think, or maybe it's mirrored or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he hit me up, and that felt like a sign from God to me, man. Like, sometimes I get signs and I don't pay attention, but I was definitely paying attention to that, So once I got that confirmation from my cousin, who was more like a brother to me growing up in my adolescence, I was all in. So I hit David back with probably too much excitement, like, bro, like, you got listen to this story. Like, what the heck? We got to do this now. We have to, bro. So again, I thank you for the opportunity, man. Like, it's such a blessing to be put on a pedestal. You're doing amazing stuff out there. I just see the numbers rolling in, and like I said, you're easy to listen to, and it's cool to engage and know, like, I actually know you. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, and it's cool to be a part of something that's genuine. It ain't just, there's a lot of unauthentic things out there on the internet world these days. So it's really cool to be a part of something real, and I know you're putting in major work. It's cool to see how you've transitioned from what you were doing before your injury to now. Like, bro, you got a whole nother life ahead of you now. It's like, it's such a beautiful thing, man, what happens with faith and hard work and just consistency. So I'm excited, man.
Oh man, thank you for the kind words. What I really like about this whole thing growing is that, yeah, like, it gives me the opportunity to kind of bring other people into the success. And yeah, I think that's what gives me a lot of joy. It's also why I like people who are watching. It's like why I like having a lot of people on the channel throughout the week. Like, I want to share the love. I want to grow the community. I'm not trying to compete here with anybody and trying to hoard things for myself, man. There's more than plenty of views and love and support to go around for the whole world. So man, it means so much, man, that we could partner up and do this. And I mean, it just it was so special, man, to have something, to be a part of something like this, that it just gets to go out into the world. It means a lot. And man, it's just cool too. See, look at that. Look at how badass Ralphie looks. She looks amazing. She's got that little Coach Prime inspired chain right there. Got the 21. I mean, it's clean. We got the SCO buffs, and of course the Yo Martez logo right there. We can't get rid of it. And then we got the one on the back, the not the apostrophe, the exclamation point, man. But yeah, man, it's really cool to be doing business with you too, especially, man, because you cut my hair for years. We've gotten drunk together, so I mean, all this stuff, it's just awesome, man. It's a blessing, and it means a lot. It means a lot. Now, I know you might have grabbed a few other pieces, man, to show the audience. What other stuff do you got working? Are you working on? What other stuff do you just want to show off right now? Just for people to get an idea of what you're doing.
Popular things, and then I'll show off some sneak peeks of what I'm working on. So I have my business is in a plaza. I have like 3 or 4 rooms. Thank you so much, Chris Cobb. I have an embroidery machine. I do my own embroidery. I have a little heat press, so I do a little bit of heat pressing, but I don't like to use that too often for my clothing, just because it's bad quality. It's not the best quality. So one of my more popular shirts going right now is this prayer hand, and then on the back it says, "Pray for your haters."
Man, I love that.
So I like this, not even just for me, like going to TCU, man. Like Coach Prime got a lot of people hating on him. You know what I mean? And it's asinine to me, bro. Like, what are you hating on this man for? He's been
no,
hates, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Sorry,
what I mean?
Cut out for a second. Say that again.
Oh, sorry. So the pray for your haters is a inspiration, obviously, because we all have haters, man. If you're doing something right in the world, you're gonna have some people who feel some type of way about it. I.e., Deion Sanders. This gentleman has been himself since like the 80s. He ain't never changed for anybody. So that's what I love and respect about him. And honestly, I've gained confidence through him and watching his stuff more often too. Just like, man, he's unapologetically himself. And I'm starting to be that way now because I'm in a small town, but we have a big name in the community. And there's been people who've turned cheek against me as if I've done something wrong to them just because we're getting more popular, So It sucks. But at the end of the day, everybody can't go with you. So I'm not worried about it no more. I'm going to just pray for my haters and keep it moving. The Bible says pray for your neighbors, whatever. So this shirt means a lot to me. And it's one of my newer things that I've done. So it's definitely a pleasure to be on the same level as, or not level, but be on the same playing field as Deion. You know what I mean? Another good shirt I have right here is called Art That Lives. I don't know if you can see it. Is that good?
Uh-huh.
All right. So Art That Lives. The inspiration behind this is, again, I said I like to do like parodies, So the gallery department, their slogan is Art That Kills, which is dope. But there's a lot of like skulls and flames and demonizing in the world today. So I don't want my art to kill. I want my art to live on forever past me. So that's why I did Art That Lives on the front. And then on the back, we got the angel wings. Can you see that? And then it says my name, Yo Martez. But in the middle, if you notice, it says art in the middle. So that's the focal point for me. And this is just like, there's art around you everywhere. You just gotta, it's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder type of thing, So really, this shirt means a lot to me because this is one of the first things that I did completely myself, and that people responded well, and it just re-encouraged me that, hey, bro, you got it. Like, just keep doing your thing, because sometimes it could be hard to launch something. You have an idea, and you're not sure if people are gonna rock with it. So,
Sotelo's in the chat.
What up, Sotelo?
Man, what's up, Sotelo? Man, I miss you, bud. Man, I love it, man.
And then I got one more for you, David. And so this is what I'm working on. I was talking about the embroidery machine. Got these shirts coming in. It says potent because I want to stay potent, man. Stay vibrant, stay pungent, stay strong, stay loud, whatever you want to call it, man. Whatever you want to call it. Man, you have on that premium gas station t-shirt right there. So
yeah, I'll show that off. If you're a fan of a Quick Trip, shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull one out myself. And then I have this shorts to match the shirt as well. Yeah, the best gas in town, baby.
Yeah. Man, I love this shirt.
Quick Trip's big for me too, because it started out in Alabama, but the second location that they moved to was St. Louis. So Quick Trip is literally reminds me of my hometown. So that's awesome. I know a lot of people ask, like, why are you guys going to Quick Trip? Why you always posting Quick Trip? I'm like, bro, this reminds me of home. Like, I ain't going back to St. Louis because I love Abilene, I'll go visit, but Quick Trip is always a little indication that them bringing it to Abilene is a little indication that I'm in the right spot. Like, hey, a little piece of my home came here, so that was dope. But yeah, I have these shorts as well. The potent shorts, they're like sweatpant material, and these are embroidered in-house. So,
that is cool.
We got a lot of stuff, man. A lot of motion going on. We've been in the works since 2018. I've had people come and go, but obviously, Yo Martez gonna live on because I don't have no quit in me.
Oh, absolutely, man. Like,
Giggity.
yeah,
Appreciate.
oh, go ahead. What are you saying?
Oh, I was saying thank you to Giggity. I see the comments you posting, and I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to love back. Like I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them.
No, you're good, man. Giggity is like in every single one of these streams, man. He's definitely one of my regulars, man. One of my
Love.
top ones. So it means a lot that they're connecting with this too, because man, I was just so excited to get on here and like share all this. Because man, like, yeah, you've just been inspiration, for me and my I my creative and entrepreneurial energy, and it just really means a lot that we could team up and do this. And before I transition to talking about some of the other stuff we're working on, I did want to say we do have a couple quick trips out here, but we also are getting a Bucky's up
Yeah.
here on the way to Fort Collins, man. So I'm pretty excited about that. Going to Bucky's here in the fall.
Some roasted walnuts.
Yeah, the beaver chips. That's like my go-to, the beaver chips. And man, I love Bucky's, man. If y'all in the comments, if y'all love Bucky's, let me know. But it's the greatest experience that I've ever had on a road trip. It's been Bucky's. I love Bucky's.
That's fair. I won't hate on it, but I'm gonna stay true to my quick trip for sure.
I'll always rep the quick trip too. But yeah, why don't we tell some of the fans, some of the people in here, tease them a little bit of kind of what we got coming next to the Colorado line.
Okay. So we got a jersey we're working on for sure. I already pretty much have the concept done. I'm just waiting on funding to pull the trigger, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we have been seeing an influx of online sales coming in, working on SEO stuff just to market better.
Mm-hmm.
But once things start rolling a little bit more, then I'll feel comfortable jumping in on that. But we got a hat in the works. We got a jersey in the works. And then honestly, the sky's the limit at that point. If we get enough support from your supporting cast and my supporting cast to where we can really powwow this on a bigger level, hey, maybe that TCU alumni guy ain't far off. We can start doing more things. But like I said, we got to crawl before we walk. So as long as I'm crawling and we getting further, maybe start picking up some motion, then we can start doing more stuff. But we definitely have some things in the vault. Believe that, because we stay ready. You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Dude, yes, absolutely. Yeah. When we roll this out, it's gonna look awesome, man. It's gonna look real cool. Before we wrap things up here in just a few minutes, Martez, I wanted to ask you too about a little bit more about the athletics line. Can you tell the people about what you're doing there?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, man, I just tried not to limit myself. So initially I started out just kind of being a t-shirt company, but that wasn't not broad enough for me. So I said, why am I just a t-shirt company when I can be an overall brand on any and everything, And I'm taking note from the brands ahead of me, Tommy Hilfiger, or I wanted to say Stussy, but I don't know if they do too much athletic things. But Tommy has like Tommy Sport, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or there's other like athletic company or clothing brands that have transitioned to like, oh, we have an athletic wear as well. So I stay in the gym. I try to go to the gym at like 5 a.m. If anybody is on here who follows me and watches me on Instagram or whatever, like I be in the gym at least 4 days out of the week. So I have to do that. For one, I have an 8-month-old kid, so keeping up with him, I got to be in the gym and be ready, and then that keeps me in motion when I get up that early to get my work done, for the day. Mm-hmm. So the athletic line kind of tied in with that, I got some shorts right here I can pull out. These are called the Bee's Knees. Can you see those?
Oh yeah, those look real nice.
We got the Bee's Knees shorts. But literally, like I said, man, I don't want to limit myself. So I'm trying to do any and everything. We got crop top stretchy tanks for the ladies.
Yes.
This is the classic Yo Martez logo, which is parody off of MTV,
Yeah.
MTV, definitely my childhood. I grew up watching that. before school, after school, when I need to go to sleep, all that good stuff. So yeah, the athletic line is just another due diligence to stay relevant, you know?
Yes, yes. And if y'all order Yo Martez, again, using the promo code SCOBUS for 10% off. Got to get that
Oh,
in there.
but
Uh, you'll send a few stickers too, man. And one of my favorite things is just slapping these things, just all over, man, whenever I'm out in public. And where have you seen these stickers show up, man? I feel like you're always getting tagged in Instagram posts and whatnot
everywhere.
where you've seen them.
Japan, Germany, anywhere in Europe, Italy, Texas, of course, Houston, Dallas, San Marcos, New Braunfels, Weatherford, Fort Worth, Colorado, California. That was a big marketing method for me, was guerrilla marketing. So I was, when I first started, like before I really had a brand, I had stickers. So I was putting those stickers everywhere. So people were seeing them and not knowing what the hell they were, Now we're kind of answering the questions a little bit. So it's worked out well. I've put stickers somewhere like 5 years ago, and it's still in that same spot, especially if it's outside of Abilene. In Abilene, they start getting removed a little bit more because, people be, again, throwing a little shade. And that's cool, man. That just lets me know that they see me and they want to be me. That's cool. They can do that.
Man, that's right. Well, yeah, next time I'm at Folsom, I forgot to bring him to the Nebraska game this week, but I do got tickets for USC here in a few weeks, and I'll be leaving Yo Martez's imprint there at Folsom. That's for sure, man. I'll get a photo of it, man, wherever I put it. Say what?
I said, please do tag me. I'll repost.
Oh, man. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for your time, Martez. Man, would love to get you back on as you have more clothes to release. Are you still kind of doing like seasonal type releases to new products? How's that going right now?
Yeah, I try to stay relevant to time. Like I just showed those potent shorts. Like they're kind of a sweatpants material, even though they're short. So that's a transition from hot 130 degrees in Texas to like cool degrees. You know what I'm saying? So 90 degrees cool. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping some fall stuff. Of course, sweatpants, hoodies, that type of thing. And having an embroidery machine in-house definitely helps with me with my margins. It's easier I can get a blank and just throw a logo in there. I create real quick, and we can rock with that. So we try to stay relevant. So bringing out as much as possible just to keep the people interested, keep the audience guessing, keep them falling in love and supporting.
Perfect. Yeah, well, we'll definitely have you on again later in the season and just show off some of the new things that you got and update us, on how the business is going, how it's growing. Before I let you go, please let the people know, where they can find you and, what you're up to, all that, what to look forward to.
Okay. Well, again, my name is Martez. I am the owner, CEO of Yo Martez, the brand based out of Abilene, Texas. We are trying to develop an omnipresence, meaning we want to be everywhere. I'm in a little town, but we making big town noise. So
yeah,
we would appreciate the support from everybody. We support David 1,000%. I ain't never tuned. I didn't even know you could go live on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're okay.
30 people. What the heck? So that was cool, man. So social media wise, Yo Martez on all platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. If you got Feet Finder, I'll make one and put it as Yo Martez. Whatever it is, man, Yo Martez everywhere. So, and that is YOMARTEZ. No spaces in that. We just trying to go up. If y'all ever want to tap in with me or have any cool ideas, I take as much criticism as I take I don't know
like
what the
inspiration.
Word. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I take it all, man. I'm like a sponge. I don't turn a blind eye to anything, because you can learn something from a fool. You can learn at least what not to do. So I will definitely heed any advice. I appreciate the opportunity again, David, for being here. My wife just hit me, said something about maybe we should do pre-orders on jerseys. That might be a great idea to get that rocking and not have to worry about
Ooh.
back on it, because jerseys are a little bit more pricey. But that's something we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't see Coach Prime definitely not losing this Saturday, because no disrespect to other Colorado, the other Colorado schools, but I don't know if they.
It's gonna be a whooping. Yeah, man. No, you're totally right. The pre-orders, man. That's a good idea.
Shout out to the wife. Thank you, Jacinda. But don't go follow her. Just follow Yo Martez. Let me follow my wife. I don't like that.
I love that, man. Well, awesome, Martez. Again, thank you so much for joining, and everybody in the audience, man. It means the world to me if you go and follow Yo Martez on Instagram, on these other social media platforms. Support what he's got going on, because he's a big time brand in a small time town, and I mean, he's making waves. So, yeah, if you want something unique, individual, something that really speaks loudly, I mean, he's got the stuff for you. So thanks again, everybody, for joining in. I will be back tomorrow with a couple interviews with Bird's Eye View, NFL draft scout Bill Carroll, and possibly Big Dog Chico and I have been trying to work on getting together. So hopefully that will happen tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. And as always, Sco Buffs. Dude.